excited about this. We also appreciate everyone that's here to make sure we're safe on the street. So thank you to Beckley PD for that. We greatly appreciate them. I just want to thank you all again for the support that everyone is giving us and showing up to be here today for phase 1 of our pattern building. For those that are not familiar with the acronym pattern, it stands for Planning and Accelerating Textile Technology Entrepreneurship Regional Network. So if there are two things I'm good at, it's puns and acronyms. And that one took us about 5 seconds to come up with. Because Shelley opened her congressionally directed spending for us and said, we need this yesterday. So we had to come up with an acronym. So again, we're very, very thankful to have Senator Capito here. She has supported NRGRDA and the West Virginia Hive in so many ways for so many years. And this is just one of the enormous projects that she has helped us garner funding for and bring to the New River Gorge region. So thank you, Senator Capito, for being here today. To understand how we got here and how NRGRDA got here, I need to weave together, there's the puns, a few key moments in my lifetime so that you understand how we got here. As many of you know, I was born and raised in McDowell County, and while I was afforded every opportunity my parents could push my direction, they're over there, Mom and Dad, what was made abundantly clear to me is that I had to be prepared to pay a down payment on my car if I ever wanted to be a So, as you can imagine, high school jobs for students in McDowell County were few and far between. And when I decided that I was not cut out for bagging groceries at the grocery store, I sat out on what I now know as my first entrepreneurial endeavor at the age of 14. I decided to teach myself to sew. Here's where the tricky part comes in. My mother firmly believes that if you cannot glue it, you should not do it. And my grandmother's sewing machine was a cabinet machine straight out of 1945. However, I was determined to make it work, to earn money for that car, and figure it out by myself long before YouTube existed. In 2004, I filed for my very first business license, and within a year, I had enough money to pay a down payment for my 2001 Honda Civic. My custom purses and embroidery also afforded me a full entrepreneurial scholarship from the McKelvey Foundation for Concord University. Over the last 20 years, I've continued to use that talent as a hobby while dreaming of creating a program that could support other young, aspiring entrepreneurs with the space and technical training to hone their skills. I came to understand that beyond my passion, there was a much larger opportunity to lift communities through textile manufacturing. Soon after the redesignation of the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve, thank you again, Senator Capito, the idea for Pattern took shape. Reviving the textile industry is about strengthening the entire economic fabric of this region, including the outdoor economy. As we build capacity to manufacture locally, we're able to support outdoor-focused businesses with high-quality, locally made gear, apparel, and sustainable products that align with the adventurous spirit of the New River Gorge National Park. By creating the connections between industry and outdoor recreation, we're weaving together a more resilient economy and one that allows our community to thrive and better serve the visitors who come to explore and the people who stay right here at home to work. This center represents so much more than sewing machines and training programs. It symbolizes the belief that we can make things ourselves, we can learn new skills, and we can recruit competitive industry, and that we can grow as individuals and a community. Thank you very much again for being here as part of our journey and sharing this vision with us. I'm thrilled to show you all this building. Here's to the future of Pattern. I'd want to now turn this over to Senator Shelley Capito for her remarks.
Well, thank you, Jenna. Very inspiring, and I'm one of those people that's with your mother. If you can't glue it, you don't need it. Sewing is not one of my skills. I'll say that. So, but when you travel and you realize how important the skills that are going to be taught here and developed here, along with the design skills that go with it, you really forget about all the things in our lives that are sewn and are designed and are specific to specific industries. So I really love your vision. I've gotten to tour the first floor and see the mock-ups of what the vision is with Jina and with Judy, and I think, you know, kind of being here, obviously it's an historic sort of district in Beckley, it's great to see the revitalization of an older building that's obviously got great bones. You can just look at it and tell. So I can't wait to come back and see. And I've been so excited to see what's happened with the development of the New River Park and Preserve, New River Gorge Park and Preserve. Obviously, the vision was exactly what we're seeing here today, but the vision was what we've seen over the last 2 years, is bringing people into West Virginia, showing off our beautiful, majestic landscapes and recreational opportunities. But with those opportunities come other kind of business opportunities. And I'm really proud of what you've done to be creative, to be able to help entrepreneurs develop their products, maybe smaller batches, so you can really see how it works and whether it works and what kind of market there is before you sink a bunch of money into something that's not really, or needs to be tweaked or is not really exactly what you want. So I love the name, Pattern, very good. And I hope that this is just the beginning of a revitalization and a partnership between not just the outdoor industry, but also the community college, the WVU Tech, and what we see the development coming through the Gorge region is really exciting to see. It's exciting for me to see. And one of the things that's really nice about it is it actually is doing what we thought it would do. You know, sometimes you think, well, if we can just get a national park here, it's really going to draw people. It's really, guess what? It's exceeded expectations. So we're excited about this. So I'm happy to have been your federal partner of about $1.5 million from the SBA for this project. Job creation, education, revitalization of neighborhoods. But you have to remember, this is your tax dollars coming back. And I always like it's called congressional directed spending, where I can put my thumb on the scale, and I'm doing it for the mill and theater. We're doing the process of that right now here in Beckley and a lot of other projects. But to put the finger on the scale to say, if we're going to spend this much money, this is already dollars that are appropriated. These are not added on dollars. So I always want to make that distinction. If I can say this is a good project for Raleigh County or Beckley because it's going to create jobs, it's going to revitalize it, it's going to create a new industry and all of the things that we want to see happening here, then I think it's money well spent, rather than a bureaucracy in Washington making those determinations. So I'm on the Appropriations Committee. I'm well placed for this, and I'm very pleased to be a part of it today and to see tax dollars coming back in this region for that specific. So I do want to take a minute to congratulate Judy. Judy and I share one great thing. My maiden name was Moore, so we're claiming each other as relatives. Which, you know, it's West Virginia. We are all related here at some point. But she has been through, I think it's West Virginia Magazine or the Life Magazine, named a Wonder Woman, a West Virginia Wonder Woman. So I have, the description is amazing women who are raising the bar in their communities, serving as beacons of light in their industries and forcing change for the greater good. So through different career zigs and zags, and I tell students when I speak with them all the time, very rarely does everybody have a career that goes from here to here. It usually goes from here to here and here, up there, back, maybe around. Zigs and zags in all of our careers that I think I just wanted to give you this certificate, and I've got a flag here that I flew in your honor, Judy, you Wonder Woman, you. Lastly, I'd like to say, too, that to Jina that I've met her parents. I see them over there. I met them in McDowell County at the food bank. And you come from a life of service, of helping other people, making life better for other people. And that's what we see here today. So thank you for the family legacy, and thank you for carrying it on for the rest of us. And thank everybody for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. And so before we bring up Judy, I do to have some remarks and some specific information about the building and the next steps. I really want to thank several of you all that are here today that I didn't get to thank beforehand. We have a lot of representation from the city of Beckley today. We have several council members. We have Mayor Neal here. Again, I mentioned Beckley PD, making sure that we're kept safe today. And I really, really appreciate you all welcoming us into your community and welcoming us here into what I consider the industrial side of Beckley. We're really, really excited about this and very thankful for the support. We also have with us one of my very favorite people, Bill Baker, who has really been a champion for a lot of community development work. And so thank you, Bill, for coming and representing the NRGRDA board. We very much appreciate you, and I appreciate you. And then finally, I want to thank our engineering partners. So we have the Thrasher team with us today, specifically Sam Rich. You will see Thrasher's name on a lot of the renderings today. Thrasher will be the one helping us redevelop this space. They're the ones that are coming right along with us for the crazy ideas that we throw at them every other day. And they're exhausting their entire team on not only this project, but so many others in the New River Gorge region. So we're very thankful for our partnership with the Thrasher team. And then finally, thank you to the Beckley-Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce. Michelle and her team are always ready to come out and help support us and get folks in the room and make sure everyone's here. And so Michelle and your team, thank you so much for being here today. So I do want to turn it over to Judy for a few remarks about the building itself and what you can expect to see before spring of 2025. But before I do, I just really want to thank Judy for spearheading this first phase of our pattern life cycle. You'll see the life cycle of the pattern project in whole inside the building, and so please make sure to check that out. But the skills training, the industrial experts, the entrepreneurial support that Judy has brought together with our partners is really unparalleled to any other textile program that's happening. And so I'm very grateful that when I asked her to share this vision, that she jumped and said, okay, let's do it. So Judy, come up and tell everyone about the next steps for Pattern.
Thank you so much. So I have to admit that when Jina first asked me to lead the development of Pattern, my first thought was, I sure hope she never finds out how my sewing class in home ec went. But today, I feel just a little bit more comfortable. Like, maybe that's not a skill that I had to have, and definitely a skill that I'm learning a tremendous amount about. And I'm just truly honored to be a part of this work. At the NRGRDA, one of the things that we truly pride ourselves on is fostering collaboration and building strong, impactful partnerships. For this program, we're fortunate to have formed incredible connections with textile experts from North Carolina, West Virginia, and beyond, which began with a visit and outreach to our colleagues at the Industrial Commons in Morganton, North Carolina, who helped us connect with the best of the best of this field. These relationships are the backbone of our project and have been invaluable in helping us to shape Pattern. Our project development and implementation partners include Libby O'Brien, owner of SoCo, a creative design studio and urban sewing factory based in Asheville, North Carolina, and Emily Rouse, owner of Edgington Studio, a cut and sew apparel manufacturer from Wheeling, West Virginia. And Emily is with us today. Wave, Emily. Emily has a tremendous passion in helping us establish textile training and manufacturing in southern West Virginia. But even bigger, her goal is to see a textile rebirth across the state of West Virginia, and we're so happy and excited to be a part of that as well. Libby, I talked with her this morning, and you all know what has happened in Asheville, North Carolina. She sends her regards for not being able to be here, but she has truly been instrumental in getting us to where we are, and so I do definitely want to recognize her and her tremendous partnership in mentoring to get us where we are. We're also grateful for our training partners. We have partnered with Isaac from Detroit, Michigan, which is a nationally recognized industrial sewing curriculum organization, and Suga, a designer and outdoor gear manufacturer in Boone, North Carolina. Utilizing these two partners, we have licensed a 192-hour industrial training curriculum, and we're working on developing a specialized outdoor gear training component to build the workforce needed to support our outdoor gear manufacturing in the region. So we've been working in tandem with these amazing partners to prepare this initiative to develop and sustain a ready workforce, invest in manufacturing and entrepreneurship resources, and increase capacity for economic growth. We've truly aligned with the best of the best, and we couldn't be more thankful for their contributions and partnership in this work. Following our ribbon cutting, which we will do here shortly, we invite you all to walk through this incredible building. I know some of you have already been inside. It's a big, old building, but we have absolutely fallen in love with it. And we're really excited to share it with you. We hope with the multiple boards that we have designed inside, pictures, drawings, information, and the vision that we've shared with you this morning, that the space will also come alive for you and that you'll be able to see our vision. So here beside me, actually beside of Jina, we have an exterior rendering done by Thrasher. Doesn't it look beautiful? I think it's amazing, and this is the future right here. So as you step inside, you'll find these many boards detailing the project, but please look for the floor plans of the basement area, which will house our industrial sewing center, and the main floor, which will be our cut and sew manufacturing center. You'll also find a board illustrating the life cycle of pattern, outlining the true economic opportunity a thriving textile ecosystem in southern West Virginia will bring. In closing, I want to say thank you to all of you also for coming out. This truly means a lot to us. I also want to express our gratitude, mine and Jina's combined, to the wonderful staff. Our team has been incredible in pulling this event together, and so a big thank you to all of you that made that happen. And I too want to extend a special thank you to Senator Capito for your support and for believing in us, giving us that opportunity to actually bring this transformative project here to Beckley. So thank you so very, very much. So now, if we can get Senator Capito, Jina, Emily, would you join us on the cut line? We will cut the ribbon, and then we will open the doors and let you explore inside. Thank you so much.
Go ahead. So how long? Do you have a website? Job. All right, let's go in. Perfect.
There's also refreshments inside. Please have refreshments.
Oh, I bet you.
Guys, come on in.
Likewise, dude. Getting that good, buddy.
Bobby still swimming with that guy with the radar. It still has that flash pass.
Down, man.
Saturday.
what we're seeing here is a lot of growth in the region in terms of outdoor recreation, in terms of the New River Gorge Park and Preserve, and then Beckley spreading its wings. And so what this represents to me, what do I want out of this? Well, I'd love to see entrepreneurs, particularly in the outdoor equipment and clothing industry, be able to thrive here, because its use here can be experimented with, it can be changed. It also are great jobs. Once they train, I would say these are probably very in-demand jobs, because not many people are doing it anymore, and it's considered probably a skill of the past. And so it's nice to be in this area, which is an industrial area here in Beckley, to have some revitalization at the same time. Well, I mean, yeah, it is economic development, it's entrepreneurship, it's creative ideas. I mean, once you start to develop, you end up, and you can see this already happening with the rock climbing and the climbing outdoors people who like to climb. You're getting a little cluster of people that are moving here. And that's what we want with this, is developing the manufacturing. It's a great idea, it's innovative, it capitalizes on some of the things that are already occurring, but I think it can grow. So it's growth, and it's keeping people here, and it's good jobs. Well, I think, we've had some big hits in terms of economic development. We've had Nucor go into Mason County, we've had big development up in Weirton, which are 800, 900 jobs. But if we're ever going to really get here, I think we need to really, in terms of bringing our young people and keeping them in our state, we need to feed the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's the 5 and 10 person shop that is maybe creating new products, is maybe working with the educational institutions to put new ideas on not just on paper, but into experiment phases. That's what I think is exciting here. I think it would be exciting for a young person who's got some good ideas. Well, I think you have to look at who the Hive is working on this with Judy, and then you have Jina from the New River Gorge Regional Development Authority. These are folks who have vetted projects, who have afforded projects, paid, done managed money, managed workforce. And you always want to go to somebody who has a good track record, and they have an excellent track record. So that was part of it. Plus this excitement around this region of the state in terms of you got the trail coming in, you've got obviously you've got skiing here and winter, but you just got so much going on. We just need to expand them. Well, I think what we realize is not one entity can do this alone. The Development Authority can't do this by itself. The federal tax dollars are good incentives to do some of the gut work and the infrastructure work, but you've got to work with the community college, you've got to work with WVU Tech, you've got to work with the retailers and the people that actually sell this. What I think is really interesting about this project is the way that they've made a study of it to see if it can be successful by going to Asheville and by going to Boone, to like communities that are doing similar things, so that they know it's a formula that works.